Today we're playing with pizza. Or probably more aptly titled, we're playing with a stand mixer. Because for the first time I'm using the stand mixer to make the dough. So you get to see kind of what that's supposed to look like throughout the process as I have experimented. Turned out it worked really, really well. Probably the best pizza dough that we've had, that we made on our own. And the pizza, how can you mess up pizza? It's good. Alrighty, we're going to lay out all our stuff ahead of time so you can see it. Why? Because that's what we do. For this actual recipe, if you just want to go and search like Bobby Flay pizza dough, this is his, and you'll get all the measurements. So what this is really going to be useful for are people like me who've not used the stand mixer very much, if at all, and are just starting to make your first doughs. That's a dough hook that's in there, and this process, while maybe it's a minute on this video, is about 7 minutes overall. We started with our dry ingredients, got them in there, got them mixed together nice, and then we had water, which is supposed to be heated to 110 degrees. In this recipe, it was actually 120. I just nuked it in the microwave and let it cool to the point that I wanted it, and then we added that in there. I'd seen different temperatures and different recipes. I knew that was safe. I guess the problem with too hot is you could kill the yeast and wouldn't get the rise out of it. But there you have it. That's 7 minutes, and we have that dough ball. Here it's come right out of there. It's just started to clump together, really. So it's clumped together, and it's workable. Here we do a little bit of playing with the dough. Gonna make a ball. We gotta make it pretty, and then wait for it. Slow motion. Forget about it. There we have it. So there's our nice first dough ball. We're going to take that and we're going to put it in a little olive oil laden pan, just using the one from the stand mixer that I cleaned up because I'm trying not to dirty too many things. And the house is cold. This has got to go somewhere warm. So we cover it with a towel. Actually got that a little bit wet. You can use plastic wrap. And then I put it where it's warm by the fire. This is as it just sat there. We're gonna go do something else, come back in an hour, and here's what we got. Doubled in size. That's what the recipe said it should do. That's what it did. That's what it looks like. Now we have enough for 2 pizzas. So we're gonna take that dough, split it, and make 2 other little dough balls, make them look kind of pretty. Sit them there. Is it important? I don't know, but it worked. That's all I'm gonna say. Cover it for 10 minutes. Take those, I put them in some plastic wrap. We're not going to use them right away. So I put these in the fridge, actually froze one. Put the other in the refrigerator and brought it out a little bit later. Let it sit and come back to temperature. And then it's just making your topping. We actually we're not using meat, probably didn't have any, didn't need it. Gonna use a little bit of onion, a little bit of tomato. We have 3 different types of cheese. We have mozzarella, we have a smoked Gouda because that's what we had, and some Parm that we ground up. Here we have that dough, and how's it gonna work? It's a little bit non-stretchy, so I call for the wife. She gets me the rolling pin. I pick out some basil that fell in it, and this is 3 or 4 minutes of rolling to get that dough just how we want it. A few little air bubbles in there, which are actually good. Those will bake up and make a nice, pretty air bubble, but you know, a lot of those, and you're not going to have an easy to cut or easy to eat pizza. From my standpoint, there's the little bit of tomato sauce. I used a canned pasta sauce that we had, actually a jarred pasta sauce that we had in the fridge. Used an average level of olive oil right here for the crust. When we come back later, we're going to break out the good stuff. Just a bunch of onion. The wife said we could have used more. And this doesn't need to be pre-cooked. It cooks enough in the oven, gets a nice caramelization and still keeps a nice flavor, but it's not overly oniony. Use that smoked Gouda just on the kind of the non-pasta sauce side here. It was a nice and interesting flavor if you like it. Here's our basil going on, just to have a little bit for presentation, also a little bit for flavor, and voila, there you have it. Breaking out the good oil, the really nice stuff since it's not cooking anymore. Hit that, and there we're gonna have some pizza. Now, if you're ready for the real cooking, go to the next video. I don't know if it's next, but it's somewhere in here about leftover pizza. Unbelievable.